In a bustling city of honking cars and glowing streetlights lived Sara, a resilient single mom in her early 30s. With a cropped chestnut bob and hazel eyes that reflected both exhaustion and unwavering determination, Sara moved through life quietly, clad in a worn navy windbreaker, frayed jeans, and faded sneakers softened by miles, walked for her daughter, Lily. Every morning before dawn, Sara woke to the sound of Lily's gentle breathing and the familiar creaks of their aging apartment. Her job as a diner waitress was 10 miles away, and without a car, she walked the route daily. The journey had become a rhythm of survival, one foot in front of the other, her thoughts drifting between overdue bills and dreams she hadn't dared to chase. But for Lily, Sara endured it all. One especially cold morning, a sudden downpour caught her midway through the walk. Drenched and shivering, Sara pressed on, whispering to herself, "Just keep going." Her clothes clung to her skin, the rain mixing with the tears she didn't have the strength to wipe away. Each step felt heavier, lonelier, until a stranger called out, "Are you all right, miss?" Turning toward the voice, Sara saw a man with a silver beard and kind eyes, walking a cheerful golden retriever. His name was Ben. Seeing her soaked and struggling, he offered her a ride. She hesitated. Trust wasn't something she gave easily, but his warmth and sincerity chipped away at her guarded heart. With a quiet thank you, she climbed into his car, letting its warmth settle into her bones. As they drove, the tension between them melted. Sara spoke of her life, the long walks, the bills, the weight of raising Lily alone. Ben, a retired firefighter, listened intently, sharing pieces of his own story. By the time they reached the diner, it felt less like a favor and more like a connection. "Thank you," she said with emotion. "You have no idea how much this means to me." He simply smiled and wished her a good day. In the weeks that followed, they crossed paths again. Sometimes he offered her a ride. Sometimes they simply shared a wave. Slowly, their conversations deepened. They talked about life's hardships and joys, shared coffee on rare, slow mornings, and laughed in a way that made time stand still. But life remained a balancing act. Rent loomed, Lily's school supplies drained her paycheck, and exhaustion wore her thin. One afternoon, over shared pie at a small diner, Ben noticed the worry in her eyes. Gently, he asked, "You seem burdened. Want to talk about it?" And so Sara opened up. She spoke of her fears, the weight of single motherhood, and dreams long buried beneath survival. Ben listened, then asked, "Have you ever thought about going back to school? You're determined, smart. You could do something incredible." The idea seemed impossible at first, but his words stayed with her. Days later, Sara began researching. It was scary, but she reached out to community programs, applied for night classes, and soon found herself enrolled in a business management course. The first time she walked into class, textbooks in hand and nerves fluttering in her chest, she felt a part of herself wake up again. Juggling motherhood, work, and school was brutal. There were sleepless nights and early mornings, but something had shifted. With each class, Sara discovered her potential. She formed study groups, connected with classmates, and even started a support circle for other single parents in her neighborhood. What began as survival slowly turned into purpose. Ben remained a constant presence, offering rides when she was late, cheering her on, and reminding her of her strength. His belief in her never wavered. He wasn't just a kind stranger anymore. He was family. Finally, the day of her graduation arrived. Sara stood tall in a simple black gown, Lily's small hand in hers, her diploma a symbol of every mile walked, every tear shed, every night survived. In the audience, she spotted Ben, his face beaming with pride. As they locked eyes, she felt a warmth that no words could truly capture. Outside, beneath a golden sunset, the three of them walked hand in hand. Sara turned to Ben and whispered, "Thank you for everything." He squeezed her hand gently, knowing what she meant. Sara's journey wasn't over, but now it was lit by belief, possibility, and love. She had proven that even a single mom walking 10 miles a day could reach unimaginable places with courage, support, and one unexpected act of kindness.